Hello, and welcome to my playground. This is the Mad Chemist Church, or Church McGurch, depending on where you know me from, and welcome back to Madman Review. Today we're going to be taking a look / walk through Tinkerlands. As I always say, I am not a builder. I am a go out and finder. I always let my friends do the building, and I build as much to my heart's content as I can in a as functional building way as possible. Now, I play a lot of sandbox games, so you would say, sandbox games, that usually requires a lot of building. Yes, they do. And I typically, once again, I build what I necessarily need to fit everything, and that's about it. So, please, if you've watched previous videos in the past, or if you're just finding this now, please like, comment, subscribe, let me know how I'm doing, let me know if you're picking up the game, let me know if you've played it, or what you think about it. All that fun stuff, and all that stuff helps these videos be found by other people who might be looking at this game in Steam or wherever they're looking to purchase it for, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and give them a kind of an idea, a real idea, as I have spent my own personal time and money on this stuff. I'm just giving an honest review, an honest reaction, kind of showing off what I've done. Where other people, you get kind of a overview of everything, and you're like, did you even play the game? It kind of sounds like you're just reading off a script. But I also go through things and record this live as I'm going. I don't come back over and re-record over. I don't understand how that works. I know some people do that. They'll watch something or they'll play something and then come back and record themselves over it while watching. I'm doing everything as I'm doing it, so that's why I stutter, that's why I kind of funny. And you notice in this video, I am over here in this random spot because every corner in this game is used. So let's get started. This is my character. My thing. I just now realized I could name it, so going to name it what I always do. And if you know, so if you saw, it was Survivor. So I picked that difficulty because that difficulty, I think I can show you in as soon as this loads. But there are 3 difficulties. There's like the easy, the normal, and then there's the Survivor. Let's see if I can go options, gameplay. No. But when you do the Survivor, it doubles the damage and health of all monsters and bosses, but it also, you get unique items. As you can see, this little panda walking around me is a pet. The only way to get these pets is to be on Survivor. So you can see all 4 of my corners, when I open up my menu, are quite full. Now you say the bottom left might not be full. Now, wait until I get over here to this chest. Look at that bottom left corner now. Quite full, where my big fat face would be on any side. Yeah. So this is my main house. Chests are craft from chest, but they just have to be within a certain radius. Like some of these further chests here will be able to craft from these chests, but some of these further back chests actually are just out of range of these chests, or these crafting. This is kind of my bedroom, my spawn point, just random things I've found that I've put down as decorations. I believe that's like the crypt set. You come over here and look, see all the different materials to make different things, like Ghostland set. So that's all the Ghostland stuff. Ghostland bookshelf, Ghostland bed, Ghostland tables, chairs. I really like black and purple, so of course I'm using all the black and purple. But as you can see, there's a pretty wide range of customizability you can do in this game. Your basic crafting, all your basics, boss spawns. This is another one kind of like, so I like to think of this game as like Core Keeper. Core Keeper. Different variants These are both the same anvil, just one green's one pink. But they also make mushroom stuff, so if you want to live in a mushroom house. Cauldron for making potions, seeds, seed maker, your anvil for making higher tier weapons, furnace for smelting, jeweler to make jewelry. Like, I'm still missing a couple things I need to go find recipes for and then craft them. Still missing trinkets. So you find these trinkets out in the wild, or you make them, and then you can combine them with other resources and get. So I got one of each of these, and I made myself the shoes. Just like crafted this out of finding these two. Then I crafted that after getting these two. These two combined together. I got this off of a boss, combined into that. Then I got that off of another boss, and now I have this whole thing, which now stacks with all of the abilities. Same thing with the shoes. It now has all of the abilities. The ring is just kind of like all the different rings put together to increase my melee damage to 25. This is a base item. This is 3 things came together to give me this. 2 things came together, and then another 2. So there's a lot of stuff I haven't gotten out there, but for my build that I specifically use, these are the most ones I use. These are kind of the top tier gear so far that I've found. You can put stuff here to make yourself look different. This is your cosmetic. You can carry on your hotbar up to 3 different types of ammunition. And some use like slime, some use like ink, others use arrow. Like there's a whole bunch of different weapons that use a bunch of different ammunitions. This is like the advanced kind of end game. There's a couple things I haven't found yet that you get, and then you use other materials to like bump up. There's cooking, kind of fun cooking. Fishing's kind of odd. I don't really fish in a lot of games. So there's all these different kind of crafting, customizable things. All these different kind of crafting, customizable stuff. You can get banners for wall decorations. Lava lamps from the volcano as light sources. And then your different chests, now you can see I have a bunch of different materials, more materials and ores. More material. This is all food items for cooking. Different crafted stuff, gems, potions, candies, arrows, basically ammunition, more food, potions, more materials. There's a lot of different materials in this game, and I could go through and I could delete a lot of it because you do not go back down in resources, you only keep going up. Keys, accessories for like just fun. Make your character bald, give yourself a clown face, give yourself a goo face, give yourself a crown. Different things like if you want to go fishing. I don't have the full set yet, but this is another one. This set you can put on and you're always wet, which there's accessories that do that. They're like, as long as you're wet, you get these massive bonuses. More stuff. So these are all the pets that I've collected. All different kinds of pets, like a robot, a snail. I think that's a bat, a fairy, an owl, pink slime. So you get the gist. Fish pet, mushroom, blood slime, a skull. That's a cat. Bast is the god, Bastet. Demon, bird, a snowman. So just all these different kinds of pets. I'm using the panda, just because I like pandas and my wife. Different things. You also get hook shots. So I have like the magma hook shot, which is not as good as the current hook shot I have right here, which is the jelly. It's crawling on me. The jelly hook shot. The magma doesn't go nearly as far, But I thought it looked cool, so I kept it. The normal one you craft yourself is like the iron hook shot. It's kind of worthless. Different crafting items, chests I've found along the way, materials for like the ground, flowers. So these flowers specifically, these ones increase your hit points permanently. I've maxed out all of this. These ones increase your MP permanently. I've maxed out all these. The rest are just for like planting trees or decoration. Or decoration. Bunch of trinkets that I haven't been able to find a mate, like their crafting mate for, or I've crafted it and it's sitting here like the fishing kit. It's 3 different things put together to make this fishing kit. The clock doesn't really do anything and it's kind of pointless, displays the time. Like, why would I give up an entire slot for that? Display damage per second dealt to an entity. Okay, that's kind of nice if you're trying to min-max. Boss summoning stuff and explosives. Like, this is a lot of items you would use to summon a boss. Explosives, obviously, go boom. And then this is kind of another thing to get into a dungeon. And then more accessories. You can see there's a bunch of accessories. Like, there's a bunch of accessories, so you can kind of build the way you want to build. And another thing on the hard mode is you get this Eye of Truth, which allows you to, when you kill an enemy, to get you the soul. The soul gets you the banner. But if you kill a boss with the soul, or you kill a boss, you get their soul, and it allows you to summon the boss again without having to go through the dungeon, which is this guy. And down here, you can then buy one of these, go take this somewhere else, far out, away from everything, summon the boss, and then kill them at your leisure instead of having to fight them in their arena. I believe I'm missing one guy, which I just have to kind of go back and find because he's like wandering around in the final area. If you see the little sparkle around the chest, that's one of my trinkets. So what I was saying, the jelly hook shot, it goes like that, but if it hits something, it pulls me in, so it's actually a good way to get away from enemies. This is the lady you start out with. She kind of, you could put an item in here, and she'll tell you what you can craft with it, or what you can do with it. Your basic merchant, your farmer for seeds. I think this guy is a fisher, so your fisherman for stuff. Your nurse for healing potions, your witch for potion recipes, or healing bandages, your witch for that, the summoner, he's for bosses. This is a Halloween guy, Bones a Skeleton. He can have you craft stuff, like this gear. Like, I was thinking about farming this up so I could get this gear, and then just put it in here for my, just to make me look like the Reaper, because that's a pretty cool looking set. As much as I didn't have this set when I was thinking about doing it, because I really like this set because it makes me kind of look like a Balrog. The electrician, you can actually set up things through wires and cables, where you can get these statues, and you can have these statues essentially turn on and off, and the statue will then produce a monster for farming. Stylist, he allows you to craft. I don't know. Yeah, it's these. I just have to craft that, and then I can make that. But this guy just allows you to craft stuff to go over your armor. So if you want to look like Santa, Santa. I don't know what he has. Oh yeah, and then you can just be completely naked. The penguin is your actual vault. Every day you can come in. I already got it. So here's where all my money is. As you can see down here, I have no money because I just come in every time when I come back. I just put it in here, so you get interest every day. Chef, obviously, for cooking and buying certain ingredients. So you get a ship, and it's this guy that sells you stuff, like the carpentry table and the carpentry materials. And he'll upgrade your ship once you bring him the materials. have the miner. You can get explosives off of him, plus he can give you info like something you might have missed. Reforge, so you can put stuff on your armor, or not on your armor, you can put stuff on your weapons, and you can put stuff on your accessories, like this +3 to defense. I can put it in here and try for something better, like +5 to defense. And of course the Bard, he gives you protection from the desert, and you can get him a quest. Or you can take a quest from him to go do something, and I believe a lot of these guys, you do a quest for them, and they usually give you like a pet or an item. Farm, this has got all the different things you can farm in the game. I had to double up on one of them because I like odd numbers when I'm building. So I designed this for odd numbers. Or I designed this for like an odd number, but when I finished it, I had an even number on one side each because I miscounted by one on one side, I think. So now I have 2 rows of pumpkins. But yeah, you have all these different, and these are all ready to harvest. So you have like potatoes, you have prickly pear, pumpkins, berries, cilantro, wheat, sugarcane, all these different spices. And you can get the spices, and all the spices really do is they change your cooking. Like sea salt increases the cooking luck bar, because you put the ingredients in, you put your spices in, and then this little bar moves, and then you gotta hit it in a certain spot. If you hit it, you get it, you know, boom, you get your food. You hit it in the luck spot, boom, you get 2 dishes instead of 1. So that's kind of like the basic look around town. There's teleporting. You can kind of teleport to anywhere. That has a waypoint. Everything on the map is kind of marked. Where there's certain things, like this Forgotten Altar, this is where you can summon bosses that typically would be only a one-time summon, so you can fight them over and over. Strange Altar, summon a boss. Cave entrance, there's a cave underneath that's got a whole bunch of new biomes. Shipwreck, that's where you kind of start. We can teleport here real quick. Kind of show off the different biomes. So you kind of have the winter area, and the swamp area right next to the desert, and then you've already seen the grasslands. And there's all kinds of different enemies in here, different ores, different everything you can get. And as you progress, especially here in the mainland, as you progress, the areas get a little bit tougher, but not by much. New enemies do spawn. This was just my attempt at decorating. I know. So cool. I couldn't find anything to go in the middle here. Like, I found this statue, which is look pretty cool, but I haven't really found any statue that I'd put like right here in the middle. But yeah, here's some crabs. So we have our normal spear. This is a healing, so if I was to aim this at an ally, since this is a multiplayer game where I can click, heal myself. I have, so you either have like a choice of like a boomerang weapon, which is what this is, or you would have like a bow, which is what the arrows, and then I believe there's also guns. Guns don't use like bullets, they use usually like monster items. Like one uses ink, one gun uses slime, mucus slime. This is an Omni tool, so normally you can get like a pick or an axe, you know, for their obvious things. Fishing, pole. Yeah, but every once in a while you'll get an Omni tool, which this will do pick and it'll do wood and stone. Fishing rod, obviously. I already explained that. So I can either click it and have it on my hotbar, or I can take it off my hotbar, like so, and press E. So yeah. Potions do the same kind of thing. It's like mana is like E or R, and health is Q when they're in your inventory. You also have magic, like fireball, or I think this is called magma ball. Yeah, magma ball. I have a quick waypoint, so it costs mana, and I just go straight to a waypoint. Or if I right-click, I go straight to my spawn point. It costs a little bit of mana, and this life preserver will actually take me to my boat. Boop. A little bit of mana. So my boat is fully upgraded. So I have a plot of dirt here so I can farm. I put in some chests so that I could keep, like, if my inventory gets too full while I'm out at an island, I can, instead of traveling back home, then unloading and then going back, I can just drop all this stuff here. And since this is fully upgraded, I could put every single workbench and a whole bunch of chests. Like, I put all the workbenches in here and a bunch of chests in here, and I wouldn't need my base. I would never have to leave my ship. This guy gives information, and for a single gold, I can buy stuff, so that's where I got the life ring. But you can buy the compasses and the maps from this guy in case you run out, but enemies drop them pretty frequently. So what the maps do is the map allows you to go to a brand new island, and the compass allows you to re-roll this entire thing, and you can get these islands. So I've already been to the Pumpkin Island, so I don't have to use another map. And I've already been to the Volcano 8. So now if I wanted to go to any of these other ones, like Coral or the Ghostlands or the Goblin Island, I would have to spend another map. Now, if something I need isn't on here, I would just go get the compasses and I'd reroll. Top up here, other than your little mini map, you have over the left, you have health, mana, and these lightning bolts are your dashes. You don't have a dodge mechanic until you have that. And a lot of that comes from my gear, where I get, grants 1 extra dash, grants 1 extra dash. I think you start with 1 dash. These give me a dash, and then one of the bosses drops a one-time. You can get it multiple times after killing the boss, but you can only eat it once, but it gives you a fruit that gives you an additional dash. So that's how I have 4 dashes. There's probably a way to get more. I'm just not that. I don't dash, I just like to hit things, keep going. So that's pretty much it for my gear-wise. And yeah, sets always give you bonuses. Like certain sets, like the unlimited fuel, increases magic damage by 30 while burning. Burning regenerates HP, so now I'm not, if I set myself on fire, I heal instead of take damage. That's kind of why I wanted this set. So then I could, like, let's go to the Pumpkin Island. Sit. I'll show off the Pumpkin Island real quick before I go. Into the other stuff, the kind of the nitty-gritty details. But pretty much takes you to this randomly generated island. Stuff will spawn here. I've already cut down most of it. You get a different kind of wood. You can go, there's usually a cave, there's something else happening. Go down here. I think this is where I found Mr. Bones. And then once you've completely explored it, nothing really respawns, so you would just have to be like, well, this is done. The only thing that respawns are enemies, so you'd be like, this is done, re-roll, and hopefully you get it again, because it's completely random how many islands and what islands you get, as long as you meet the requirements of, like, said island. So here's the volcano. Pull up the map, you can see I can waypoint to this, to the cave, which leads to the boss area. There's a complex here, which you need to beat the main boss to get to here. Now, unfortunately, this just takes me back to my boat, which sucks, because it'd be nice not to have to go to the boat, hit this, and if it could just take you straight to this cutscene or blank screen, there's not even a cutscene. If it could just take you to this and then appear back home, but it's a loading thing. I understand why you have to do it. And then I can click that and boom, here I am. So up here is your community. This shows you what is required for an NPC that you've discovered to live there. You can see obviously the area I'm in meets all the requirements, but a handful of things. Like I could move the witch into here. I could also move the guide into here. I could move the blacksmith into here. The merchant. I could move all these people into one building. But I like having them all separated. Crafting, so your basic crafting. So I mean, it's very basic. And there's also these tabs on the side of everything, of all the crafting areas, to kind of help you break down everything. If you saw earlier, this dude, he's a wandering merchant. He usually has random items. Oh, there it is, the ink gun. Uses magic ink as ammo, don't worry. He'll usually have a row of just random items, and then you can also sell to him. Don't need any of that. The AI on the pet in this game is not good at all. This game also does look like it updates kind of frequently, so I'm kind of interested to see, as I believe, where is it? I don't think I tossed it. I think I kept it. So when you kill the final boss, quote unquote final, you get this as part of the as part of the loot. Note from the developer. Thank you for joining us on this journey. This is the end of the version 0.2 content update, but I'm pretty sure you missed some things in other islands. Looking forward to seeing you in 0.3. I think I have missed a handful of things that I haven't done yet that eventually I'll go back and do. I think there's a specific island you can only get after defeating that boss to get that little thing. So I might have to re-roll a couple times, see if I get this island. I was reading something about a phoenix, a night and day phoenix, so I'm like, okay, that'll be interesting to check out. Inventory, just opens up your inventory, codex. So this shows you monsters, and the more you kill a monster, the more you get to know about them. So after killing all these, I've maxed it out, and now I know it has a 100% chance to drop tentacles. No idea about this guy. This guy has a 5% chance to drop that. So if you're looking for something, you just go around and kill him, and then eventually, like, archer skeleton. That's something I'm missing. Crossbow. So already learned, so it tells me I already learned it, but it has a 1% chance of dropping. I'm pretty sure if I look over here, yeah, that's a crossbow. So if I come back over, I think it's here. I don't remember where you craft the crossbow. Oh, it's right here. So if I've got plenty of resources, if I craft the crossbow, I can now get the repeating crossbow. So I can come over here, boom. I have now got the repeating crossbow, which unfortunately is garbage. So I'll go over here, go to this guy's shop, and sell it to him. I'm not worried about those materials, as I probably will never use those materials again. They're just kind of sitting there for stuff like this, so I can like fill out things. Like that place had like an area missing. Yeah, like there's these, like the black rat. It's harmless, but you kill him to get him into the codex. You can see blue butterfly drops nothing. Brown rat, crab. All these different kinds of creatures, fish, all the different kinds of things you can kill. Guard robot drops that. Green slime has a 2% chance. All different kind of things. And you can go through and you can kill them. Like, some of these are more rare than others. So it's kind of a pain to find some of these guys. Let's see, good list of different enemies here. Good list. Some of these enemies were pains in the asses just to fight. Like, there's bosses. All different kinds of bosses. Fish. I don't do a lot of fishing in these games, so you can see I'm missing a bunch of fish because a lot of them come from different islands. That, like, I've fished most of the fish up around here, but then, like, every time you go to a different island, they have different kind of fish there too. I didn't do a lot of cooking because I think you can only have one food buff. Where to go next? Yeah, nothing. She wants a Heart of Stone. This is a repeat. I've already done this quest like twice and got the exact same reward. And apparently their quests change per day, but every day she's been giving me the exact same quest. Same thing with this guy. It doesn't matter what day it is, he gives me like the exact same quest. This is a ghost area. The Ghostlands, there's these random ghosts you can find on every island, and they'll ask you to find them something. And of course, I get the hardest one. I want to know where I am, meaning I have to give him a map of the Ghostlands, which only comes off of killing a boss. So now I gotta go pay the money to get the boss that drops the Ghostlands, kill it real quick, and then go back and give it to this quest. And I believe it gives me like a random trinket, which I'm just like, that's not worth it. Same thing with her. She's given me a couple different quests. She gives free Reforged tokens, which are actually pretty useful, but 7 pearls, that's a little big of an ask. I know that sometimes you can find them pretty easily, but other times I'm like, man, these pearls are stupid hard to find. Settings, not much there, and then of course map. See a big black fog of war. It's the grasslands. This is the opening area. I honestly didn't really see any worthwhile of going through here, especially now that I'm pretty much done with the game. So I just kind of left it. I'm like, whatever. There doesn't seem to be any reason to kind of go through this and unlock it all. Didn't know if I saw an achievement for exploring the vast majority of the map, so I just kind of left it. It's a seed maker. Trying to think if there's anything else. Stacked. This is actually one of the games that has one of the best features that any game can have. Stacked to nearby chests. Sort's like almost a must-have nowadays, but stacked to nearby chests is probably one of the best things, because literally all I have to do is walk over here and press that, and if it's in one of these chests, it immediately goes to that chest, which makes life so much easier when you're trying to sort through 50,000 things. But yeah, that's it. That is pretty much it for this game. So yeah, I can't wait. I love this style of game. I love this kind of play of kind of like, it's almost like a melee magic bullet hell-ish game. And I cannot wait for more. So until next time, please like, comment, subscribe. And thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. And until next time, again, you be you. You stay you. And most importantly, adventure on.